Ciao, Nicolo. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing pretty good. I have a new office set up. So it should look maybe slightly different on the lighting side of things. It would end up being a lot of work. I tried it out I started it last night, but then by the time you get to kind of get everything in place, you realize it's like unplugging computers and a TV and two monitors, two computers, an audio interface, all my music stuff, setting up the green screen again, and the lighting. So a lot of work. But, so I was kind of got to the point where I was like really quite tired of doing it and feeling like a bit nauseous and sick last night. So then I came in and, now we're back to feel pretty good. I have like a better view of the window outside and the wind and stuff. It feels a little nicer. We have 2 on-screen chats. We don't need that many. How about just one? Bam. Okay, I'm going to copy that one. I'm going to, I guess, just remove it and add it. Game chat. I don't know why it does it sometimes. It just does. Because that's how this crap works, you know? You get to do all these wonderful things. And there it is. It's doubled again. Felix! Why? Why doubled? There's only one there. But it's bringing in 2. I don't get it. I just removed it and re-added it. Alright, let's add this again. So we'll do it from scratch. Pop it in there. Pop it to boopy. There we go. That's back to normal. Yeah. How you doing, Felix? I've been a bit congested today, and Stella's had like kind of a headache, coughing. I don't know. What do you think? Think we got the COVID? Maybe. Stella, because you're important. Not anymore, buddy boy. Looks like it just got shut down. Your importance. All right. We're playing some. It's like my TV's over here, but I think I'm just gonna look at my computer and see the monitor here. I think that'll work fine. The Elgato monitor. Let's hear some of this stuff. Whoa. Fantastic. All right, give me some. There's a dog coming after us. Let's poop this out. All right, let's kick it. Okay. I got like a actual computer keyboard mouse tray again. That's pretty nice. It's big for me. I love this design, this background. It's really nice looking. So much to see. What's in the garbage can? No. Go inside there. Very Resident Evil, eh? These sort of like old guard tower kind of workroom, maintenance rooms. So much to do, so little time.
The crane seems to be locked.
Friggin' locked crane. My least favorite thing. A locked crane. How you doing, Horkster? You got me playing this game. The crane. It's locked. Okay.
The crane seems to be locked.
Maybe use this big old shovel. Oh, I feel like there's going to be some kind of a thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the gears. I think everywhere I clicked it did the same thing, yeah. You can't skip into the animations. Once they start doing it, that's it. They're doing it.
The crane seems to be locked.
And the crane will be locked. And you are going to hear about that crane being locked. But who's more the fool? The fool who does the foolish thing many foolish times. 1, 2, fool 3. Crane is locked. Well, let's move on through the junkyard and see what else there is. Oh, beautiful. It looks like Final Fantasy VII, but in a sepia tone. Like the Instagram account of Final Fantasy VII. Like, Tifa got really into photography for a bit, and she's like, maybe I won't work at the bar, I'll be a photographer. Some adventure games highlight what you're interacting with. That's nice. This game don't. Leonot, how do you do? You know, Leonot, a lot of times I feel like we're not on the same page with anything. But I feel like watching that conference we were. Boy, Matt sure was excited by a lot of those games. He has a real enthusiasm for lots and lots of games. This guy plays like 80 games a year or something. Just writing your script. It's fully complete. You're very proud of it. Fantastic. I was listening to a podcast. It was like a streaming podcast, and this electronic producer guy was talking about how he got into streaming. It's just as kind of like a way to...
My guess is Vladana's in one of those old tramways. Trick is to figure out a way to get to it without getting my ass bitten off by the damn dog.
Well, we do have these platforms, so I guess the crane will be moving. Alright, we gotta unlock this crane. I might just cross-platform for PC. Yeah, you wonder why. I mean, Sony has been... Like, Nintendo probably has a few more... I think... No. Sony has the most exclusives. So it's funny that they would give that up. Demon's Souls may not be in the end. Project Atria. Well, Project Atria was... that's a Squaresoft game, right? So it's something impressive they can show. It's something Square is working on, so you can go like, the PS5 looks good, hey? By the way, this is going to be on everything. PS5 and PC. Oh yeah, exclusive to those two. So crane is locked. So I guess we have to do some kind of a puzzle to make the crane go. Do I have anything to... Oh, I got a lockpick. What's this? Metallic ring. Yeah, I think it looks pretty neat. There are a few, like a lot of those space games. The Death Loop one, where everything's changing around, that looks... To me, that looks incredible. That looks what I really, really want to see. The crane is locked. I have a lock pick. I have the ring. How about that? No. The game is a timed exclusive, the looping one. Just skip to the end and they'll tell you. That's cool. Okay, the crane is locked. My lockpicks don't work. Capcom game with the little girl and the Ludens looking astronaut. Yeah. Capcom's a pretty... I'm super interested in whatever Capcom does. They have probably the most... like, independent properties, you know, in every genre that are seriously impressive, you know. Mega Man, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, Breath of Fire. Didn't they do like Professor Layton and that kind of stuff? Devil May Cry. A masterpiece if you're... Yeah, if you have like that crazy brain that likes that kind of stuff, sure. Looks like a fine Devil May Cry. Oh, okay, there you go. Most mature story, come on. Come on, Devil May Cry. Oh, it's so mature. Well, this is the ladder I came up with.
Not a good idea. Peter said it liked raw meat.
New Paper Mario on YouTube. Yeah, out next month. Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm walking around here. Doesn't seem like there's anything here other than going there and trying to get across. Oh, there you go. Something on the ground. Good. Okay, so that's probably what I need for inside here. It was fun. I looked on the ground and found something, eventually. I am having a good time. Alright, pop over here. Get those bloody bolts ready. The cutters. Sucker. Well, I want to operate these gears.
The crane seems to be locked.
The crane is locked. Pair of cutters can cut. Okay, so let's look for something that's locked and bust it open. Even though he just literally said the crane is locked. Okay. Well, then I guess up through here. Yeah, I think that they'll try to hold on to it like Bloodborne. If Bloodborne isn't on PC yet, I don't think they're going to put Demon Souls there. It'd be nice if they did, but I just don't see them doing it. Sony... Try to think of another Sony exclusive that they put on... They put on PC. I'll wait. Metal Gear Solid went to Xbox. But that could be a Konami thing. You know.
These crates are chained together. I'll need something stronger than my teeth to cut through this.
Guess what? Horizon is on PC. Horizon Death Stranding's on PC, Yakuza. That's a lot. Yeah, and that's... Nice. Okay. You're right, yeah, okay, so anything's fair game. I'll need something stronger than my teeth. So the bolt cutters will be for that. So... I like these old train yards. Final Fantasy came to PC. That's true, yeah, but not until... Actually, yeah, even Final Fantasy VII came to PC. A long time ago. Right, but see, Sony did not publish those games. How about Sony published games? You know what I mean? Which would be Horizon. Horizon Zero Dawn would be a Sony published game. And that's coming to PC. Interesting. And Death Stranding, was that Sony published? Yeah, they published it, and then it was a Kojima developed thing, obviously. It's like no mistaking. Detroit Become Human. Horizon and Death Stranding are Sony published. Yeah. Cool. I think the point is more that they have the option as opposed if they weren't publishers and had even less leverage. Yeah, they can kind of do whatever they want with it. This is locked. These don't work. Maybe I need to, like, combine. No. Detroit, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, also on PC. Yeah, but those are all, what's his name? That terrible author. Wannabe film guy. Mr. Cage. Some kind of market analyst that determines whether it'd be more profitable to hold on or let them loose. It does seem like the games that... Maybe they have... Maybe it's like a new way to get people interested in it. Horizon Zero Dawn's on PS4. It shows off the PS4 Pro. You know, all that HDR stuff. And then that has its end. And now they're pumping up Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon 2 whatever new category. And they're going to put the first one on PC, I guess, to like Yeah. Just what Leonard said there, but a lot faster than how I was mumbling it out. I don't know what to do here. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. No. Can't walk down there, doggy. Doggy gonna eat ya. Looking over my TV here. And yeah, I think that they were sticking a lot closer to their guns. Alright, I'm gonna have to just check out a quick walkthrough, I guess. Walkthrough. Still life. Junkyard. Vladan. The junkyard. Orphan man. The top hat. Crane tower. Okay, here we go. You get the medal, you get the Stasek and Roman. Talk to Peter. Yeah, they're happy. Move the levers on the console and find out it is locked. Look at the chart on the wall. Exit and go outside behind the crane room. Take the cutters. Look down from the side of the platform to the junkyard. She's got to be there. Go to the back of the shed control room. Look at the box on the outside wall. Look at the box on the outside wall. Look at the box on the outside wall. What, this? Look at the box on the outside wall. What? All right. Go. Yes. Look at the chart on the wall. Find out. Okay, we moved the levers and we found out it's locked. Look at the chart on the wall. Seems like there's two separate things, but they're not. You know.
The crane seems to be locked.
I don't know how long we're going to play this. See how long we get through it. I don't think it's too long. On the roof of the building, enter the crane room. Gotcha. Move the levers, exit, and go outside behind the crane room. Take the cutter from the ground. Look down from the side, see the junkyard. Go to the back of the shed control room. Is that... Maybe we're not in the back of the shed control room. Okay, I guess we are. Go to the back of the shed control room. And look at the box on the outside wall of the shed control room. Look at the box on the outside wall of the shed crane room. Shed crane room? Shed control room. Review the chart inside the crane room and see the correct position on the knobs. Is there another room out here? Like shed control, shed crane? You can't go down there. Oh, whoa. There's the thing. Okay. That box right there. All right. Okay, let's look at this. Destruction All-Stars looks awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I need to take a photo. Sackboy. Yeah, a lot of platformers. A lot of like very Nintendo-looking platformers, artsy indie games, and some impressive stuff. Not a lot of generic games at all, actually. All the ones they showed off were, to me, seemed like stuff I'd be actually pretty interested in. You know, more like kind of thriller stuff, spacey sci-fi. There were... The only thing generic was like... Maybe that Gearbox game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. Okay. This is going to be pretty interesting. There's a lot of these crazy ass puzzles. They don't make any sense. Like, they did what? You know, the construction guys, they were having a little fun. They thought they'd set up some kind of a logic puzzle. You know how crane operators love mathematical logic puzzles? You can't get these guys away from it. They love it. Do they? Yeah! They loves it! I put the one here. I moved it. I guess you don't really need a diagram. It's like pretty simple. 1, 2, 3. What comes after the 2? Hey. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. You go over here. Okay. I need this. I need the room. Spider-Man. Yeah. I'm here to operate the crane. Okay, go over there. There's some kind of a logic puzzle. Hey, you don't know your logic puzzles. Check out this guy over there. Comes in, operate a crane, doesn't know his logic puzzles. What a buffoon. He's a real idiot. Hey. Simple. It's a simple 24-step process. Why, you don't use a Rubik's Cube? You idiot. No, I only know how to operate a crane. This guy. What a buffoon. You just gotta visualize these steps in your head, that's all. What a great sound effect it makes every time. 3 in the middle to get it up top. Boom, 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 boom. Hey! I did one of them. Whoa. Is that what it was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey! Cool, you can't remember that? Simple. Hey! Hey! This guy over here! It's like you learn how to operate the crane. That's just to turn it on. Now what? Now you gotta run the thing. Oh god, this reminds me of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Remember that crap? Can I use these? Why, yes you can, sweetie. Don't call me sweetie. Perp.
2 crates is just too heavy. I have to find a way to separate them.
I have bolt cutters. Wow, I wonder if Nomura was playing this and he realized, I must have crates. What a mastermind Nomura is, eh? Oh, playing with dimensional realities and meta narratives and cranes. I must find a way to separate them. This is a funny, like a funny era, hey, where you kind of expect there to be no technology, and then all of a sudden there's these cranes. Get on. Hey! Look at that. Beautiful animation. Schwappa-doo. Schwappa-davy. Bolt cutters. That's right. Trim the drapes. Boy. Now go back. Find your right spot. Oh. Don't end up on some kind of a fail compilation. Over, back, turn, and we are ready. This guy over here. I could go apply for a job at a construction site. You got any experience moving crates? I've played Final Fantasy VII Remake and Still Life. Whoa! Give this guy the money! Did they set it up so you can get straight across, or am I going to have to move all of these again? Hopefully not. I feel like this game really respects my time. And Shamu! You can't believe The Last of Us 2 is the third highest rated PS4 game of all time. I can. Especially when it first comes out. Because it's cool to like The Last of Us. And The Last of Us 2. There hasn't been any online backlash against it yet. So people are like in a rush to give it the highest rating possible. Because you give a game a 10, you get some clicks. People go, what? They gave it a 10? Oh, let's check it out. Not cool to like Death Stranding. Death Stranding, it's cooler to find a reason you don't like it. That's what's cool. Point and click. Point and click. This wasn't the way to do it. This wasn't the way to do it. I need to get to a train car, you idiot. Ladder's on the left. Right over here, you dummy. Yeah, I was hoping it was, I wasn't going to have to do this, but that's what they want. What am I going to do? Go up to the top of the water tower? Get myself a drink of rusty rainwater? I think IGN is a waste of time filled with tons of freelance writers and it's just paid them. It's not as to me. It has nothing to do with being paid. It has to do with them just following trends and like. Following trends and doing what they think will get clicks. There are some. That guy Timur, he gave Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think he gave that like a perfect score, or a 9 or something. Come on, it's an impressive game in some ways, but you really are not thinking critically if you are saying that Final Fantasy Remake 10.7 is a 10.7. And he's been around a long time. That guy Timur, he's a British guy, but he's got one of them British accents where he doesn't pronounce like TH and stuff. They say like Matthew. If the score aligns with your opinion, they aren't paid though. Trends are apparently better than interesting and other unique games. I can see why some people would, if you're playing Death Stranding and you're trying to get it in under the gun of like a tight review window, I could see them being like, come on, oh, I'm falling, oh. It's like you're not going to take in the beauty and the patience of it. And then you're just trying to finish the game, and there's like a 4-hour movie at the end that's really annoying. And then by that point, you're just like, I just want to review the game. Piss off. I'm only getting paid, you know, $150 for this or whatever they get paid. Are you ready? Do they have soul patches back then?
I'm Gus McPherson, PI.
Oh,
You must be Vladimir.
my. Those are some nice melons.
Hello?
Hi, sweetie. Am I bothering you?
Not at all. I was just reading something and I guess I really got into it.
Do you want me to call you back?
Really, it's okay. What's up? You don't sound too good.
I called her.
Oh, Samantha?
Yes. I need to talk.
I'll be right there. Where can I pick you up?
At work. Just come down to the morgue. I still have a little work to do before we go.
Okay, you take care. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Do we have to make cookies for father? And now we're back here.
Teddy and I used to be inseparable.
Oh yeah, there is more like 1 hour cutscene, 5-minute gameplay, another 40 minutes. I feel like when you start going towards the end, and then there's sort of like all the stuff where they do the big, like all the beach stuff, and then the stuff in the hospital and the flashbacks. That's like 3 hours of tons of uncontrollable, and it's a huge info dump that I think is really poorly paced and really annoyed me. It's not even full 2 hours. God, felt like 11. That must mean it was really good. Dad? What's all this
Hey, Dad.
crap on the table? He looks like
Hi,
Eugene
sweetheart.
Levy.
Did you ever read any of Granddad's memoirs?
I've read some of them, yes. Did you find something interesting?
He loved prostitutes.
Yes, I found his memoir from one of his cases.
Oh, really? Which one?
It's the one in Prague. Did you ever read that one, Dad?
You know, sweetheart, some things are better kept buried.
Dad, answer the question.
No, I never read it. I asked him once about what happened in Prague, and I could tell it was a very painful memory, even though he did his best to hide it. After seeing his expression, I never wanted to know what happened there.
What? His expression? I just looked at your grandfather and his face was... And I never wanted to know.
Did you ever ask Grandma about it?
No, I didn't bother either. Like I said before, some things are better left buried.
Like they're dead bodies.
Did you know about Grandma?
Yes, I did. Where are you going with this?
Dad, I wasn't judging. I just wanted to know if you knew.
Weren't you going somewhere?
Dad, I was going to meet Claire.
Ah, Agent Claire Ashby. She's one of the best in her line of work. I always love it when she's on the stand. I hope everything is okay with her.
Yes, she's just having a hard time talking to her daughter.
The stand.
I better get going, Dad.
Okay, Pumpkin. Victoria, I'm sorry.
No, Dad.
Oh, he sounds
I'm
so
the one who should be
Canadian.
sorry. I shouldn't have gone there.
Sorry.
It's okay, sweetheart. Sometimes I forget. It's your job to ask questions.
I'll be back soon.
Okay, take care.
Okay then, eh? Take care. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. What about these bloody cookies? We'll make them bloody with cherry sauce. I feel like I can see
Maybe
her
Dad's trying to
belly
send
button
me a
there.
message. I'll do them later.
She doesn't want to make them cookies now, Workster. Yeah, I think you're right, Leonot. The ending was confusing. Instead of having more and more and more, and more ending, maybe they could have just been more concise in the ending that they had. Or if you can't get an idea across in a few hours, 2 or 3 ideas, and you think you're Mr. Movie Making? Come on. Yeah, I want the cookies too. He thinks he can make a movie. And does he know that a lot of movies are 2 hours long and they do a lot more than what he did in Death Stranding? I don't think he does. Well, he does. He watches movies. Him and Nomura should go to a film writing class together. I'm down in the morgue. Are you ready to get not scared? Yeah, that's true. About 3 hours. It's a long time. Did you watch The Irishman? What the hell? What is he doing down in the morgue? Oh, that freaked me out, knowing that he was out there and that the door opened.
Sweetie! What the hell are you doing?
Me? I thought you'd.
Oh my god. Go look at the security cameras.
This is freaky. I'm a little freaked now. I got the chills. I don't think I went the right way. That's where the guy came out of, you dummy. At least we got more of that music. I'm getting chills, baby. Just so jauntily strolling. That's really weird. Better 4x4 is built like a tank.
Screw it, it never works anyways.
Her gun never works? Or shooting people never works? Oh. Plenty of places to come out. I wonder if we're gonna get control. I guess you can't really have a chase scene in a point and click. That makes sense. She couldn't get the shot off because she had the one hand holding herself up. It's when you put the gun in your mouth. Bang, bang. My frickin' shoulder. And we're back. Sweetie. Kind of weird that she calls her Sweetie.
Huh?
Hey.
Hey, are you
Hey.
okay?
So casual.
What happened?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm okay. I ran after him. Son of a bitch got away.
Well, the important thing is that you're okay.
So, what happened on your end?
I never thought my own lab would become a crime scene. The suspect left this, a photo of a young woman, and wrote "Next" on the back. I need to send this to the lab for further analysis.
Where was it?
He put it inside her. He tore the stitches open just below the sternum and slipped it inside.
Slipped it inside.
Do the others know?
Yes, I called upstairs and Todd answered. I told him what I know. He's expecting you, and he didn't sound too happy.
I can imagine.
I can imagine a lot.
Hey, about...
Forget it.
They all
It can
sound
wait.
Canadian.
Are you sure? Hey,
Could be 'cause
Browning
it's
can
cheaper.
wait.
Really, sweetie, it's okay. Go.
Okay, going upstairs to deal with Todd.
Okay, I'll fix the mess down here. I'll tell you if anything turns up.
Is the twist going to be that that's her mom? That's why she calls her sweetie, and that's why she said she's having problems with her daughter? That makes sense. And why the dad seemed to know her? I think Goodfellas is pound for pound his best movie. Or Taxi Driver. In terms of like... Taxi Driver is probably his most artfully strong movie. Casino was sort of like an extension of Goodfellas. I don't think that's tight though. Good. And then The Irishman was a really cool
Hello?
Mm.
evolution.
Hi, honey.
Kind of everything
Oh,
he had
hi,
done.
Richard.
You left the gallery in a rush and you never called back, so I got a little worried. Is everything okay?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry about that. It's just we found another victim and some really weird stuff is going on.
Oh, God. How are you holding up?
I'm very tired. And I'm in dire need of unwinding, like we did 2 nights ago.
True, that was very relaxing. I have an idea. Come down here and I can show you the new exhibit, and after we can go unwind.
Very tempting, but I have to decline.
Aw, why?
Well, I have to go get yelled at by my boss. Anyways, why are you so excited about this exhibit? I've never seen you so into your work.
Oh, it's because I sort of discovered this artist. Actually, it wasn't just me. Some people from the University of Chicago's Fine Arts Department helped a little. We discovered him at an auction. He's from LA, but originally from Chicago. His name is Mark Ackerman. The department and I purchased most of his pieces, but we're still looking for some. Anyway, we got enough to make an exhibit.
Richard, I'm sorry. I really have to go.
Oh, sorry. You know how I get started.
Yes, I do. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, honey. You be careful now.
I will. Bye.
Sounds old.
Bye.
Richard. I wonder if we're going to see a very awkward sex scene. All right, we can go see your boss. They did a pretty good job of introducing their relationship and all that. Weeks, you know. Wrong. What do you mean by a third person, Workster? The part when we were running away or hiding or any of that? No. No. I keep thinking I keep cycling my right mouse button like I'm playing Fallout.
No, well, yes, I know, but...
What the hell is going on? What's this I hear about suspects breaking into the morgue? Agent McPherson and Detective Miller, I want to see you both in my office, now!
Yes.
And while you're at it,
I gotta go.
one of you can get me a cup of coffee.
Oh. Get to make coffee and cookies.
Victoria, can you...
Don't sweat it, Miller. I'll cover you. Anyways, you have the report to finish. I'll even get his damn coffee.
Next on Chicago Vice, Agent McPherson gets the boss a coffee.
Miller, don't make this any harder than it already is.
By the way, I have some good news. Come and see me after.
Can you give me a preview?
It's about the data correlation. I think we might have something.
You didn't tell.
No, I wanted to check with you first.
Okay, I'll see you after.
Talking about the daughter like the third person? Yeah. Am I missing something obvious? Seems like she is her daughter. And she was talking about it in the third person, maybe? I don't know.
That won't work. I have no use for napkins.
Cup of coffee. Does that not look like a coffee? Where is cup?
That won't work.
I need to find a cup. There's a cup. The boss's coffee cup. Todd. Oh, what a wanker. Whoa. What's this? By grabbing the coffee cup, we seem to have opened a time-space paradox. Fascinating, Captain. Making coffee yourself. I had a lovely coffee today. Put it down. There. Overflow it.
Forget it. It won't work.
Forget it. Forget it. I have no use for napkins. Don't run with the coffee. Should make you go back and do it all over again. That guy's finally left the phone call. Nice office. I wonder if Parasite Eve is good.
Here's
That game
your
looks
coffee.
great.
Thank you.
In what new way have I pissed you off this time?
I distinctly remember asking for both you and Miller. Ugh, never mind. I just hope you haven't forgotten that he is your partner.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Now tell me what happened tonight.
The perp entered, I assume, through the garage.
Claire already filled me in. I want to know what happened outside.
I pursued the perp with the 4x4 into the alleyway. He climbed up a fire escape to the rooftop. When I got up there, he gave me a surprise blow to the shoulder with a 2x4. He got away through the other fire escape.
Shots fired?
Yes, one.
Any leads so far in the case?
Besides what the next victim looks like? No, not really.
We're not sure of that. Claire is running it through the database to see if we get a hit.
Is that it? 'Cause I'd like to get back to work now.
Consider yourself on probation.
What? Why?
I've seen it before. Agents get too involved in their case and lose it.
I'm losing it now? I think you're just pissed because we look like schmucks on the news. It's all about image, isn't it?
No, this is about your recent behavior. I'm worried about the progress of the case, and I think you need a break.
This is bullshit.
You're only proving my point.
You know, Browning? I usually get kissed before I get fucked.
Ooh. Well, now we can go on break. We can go see the art guy or make some cookies. They said if you like hearing the word nanomachines and vampires, you'll love hearing mitochondria and Parasite Eve. Interesting. I was wondering, like, who... It's a Square... It was a Square game? Squaresoft, actually. Yeah, because it's PS1. Looked pretty neat. Or was it Capcom? I can't remember. If I had to guess, it was Square. The office. Pat's house. Father. Make the cookies. When I make some cookies, Dad, I'm on probation. No. Yeah.
Hey, Pumpkin, you won't forget to do the cookies, right?
Oh, I won't, Dad.
Weird pacing, eh? Like, kind of a murder, scary part, then a probation. Now we're making
Maybe Dad's trying to send me a message. I'll do them later.
Hitman Absolution. That's an older Hitman game. Do them later. Well, what are we supposed to be doing now? Said don't forget about the cookies. I remember being a kid and when they said Darth Vader is like Dutch for Dark Father, I thought, ah, wow. I need the cookie recipe, maybe.
Hey, Pumpkin, you won't forget to do the cookies, right?
Oh, I won't, Dad.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we could have read a journal to find out about Samantha, Claire's daughter. Go to the attic and look inside the chest. Oh. Oh? DoD website taking a dump? Darth isn't a Dutch word, by the way. Prince! Just in time. Dart? Maybe Dart is. Oh no, Vader is the Dutch word, right? Darth. He just wanted a dorkier sounding dark. Okay, let's see here. The stranger left another photo. Ooh, go to the elevator. Yep, Todd's coffee mug. Go to the office, talk to Miller. Learn that Vaclav Kolar is a common denominator of victims 4 and 5. Oh, crap. We need to go way back to the office to talk to Todd. And then we need to go somewhere else. Okay, another crime scene. Make the cookies later. Maybe that's why I thought that's a bit of a strange bit of a strange pacing, because you're not supposed to be making cookies. Darth Vader. I like to be a Sith. Going back to the office, going through here, hopping on an elevator, and just loving life. Yeah, I saw I know Matt had mentioned that the PS5 looks sort of like Alienware. I saw a photo today of some Alienware advertisement, and it does look really similar to it. Oh, crazy. It's a pretty drastic departure for them. I mean, the original PlayStation was gray, pretty unassuming, but I think worked really well. Just big slot for the disc in the middle and put the game around it. Yeah. I always think that it'd be nice artwork, some just like pre-rendered backgrounds. Your favorite rendered background. The guy did say, remember, Miller is your partner, so talk to him, even though I'm on probation.
So, is everything okay?
No.
Not really. I'm on probation and he'll probably take over the case.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt.
Yes.
Hey, so what happened downstairs?
We think the killer broke into the morgue and left us a picture of the next victim.
You're kidding, right?
I kid you not. A bold SOB, I'll give him that. You should go down and take a look at the picture. Claire needs to do a few tests on it and send it off to the labs. What's this big lead you were telling me about?
I did what you asked. I correlated the info on victims 4 and 5. I got something, but it may be nothing.
Try me.
You've said that the last 2 victims probably knew our perp because he covered their face. Well, I got a name that's common to both victims. A Vaclav Kolar. Also, I tried linking this guy to victims 1, 2, and 3, but no go.
So just 4 and 5?
How did you get the name Vaclav Kolar?
I read Claire's report on the 5th victim. In it, she added a picture that was found in the victim's purse. On the picture, there was the victim, a girl, and a guy. The guy reminded me of someone. He's actually one of the people I interviewed for the 4th murder. He was her tutor at the university. I went back to read my own report, and it's the same guy. I'm sure of it.
Any relationship between the 4th and 5th victims?
As far as I can tell, they didn't know each other, but they had this guy in common. Maybe he deserves a second interview?
Definitely. I'll go alone. He's seen you before, so it might make things go smoother, make him less nervous.
Do you think it's safe to go down there?
Sure it is.
Okay, I'll go have a look.
Okay, and I'll give Kolar a visit.
I sent the address to your 4x4's navcom. If I have the chance, I'll go interview the latest victim's friends. Maybe I can talk to the other girl on the photo.
Good idea.
Navcom. It makes it seem kind of futuristic in a way. And the way their 4x4 has got that tank top on it. Is this set in the future? Do they have cookies in the future? I mean, I guess a navcom is just any kind of a GPS thing, right? It's the way he says it. She has a Tesla truck, baby. Yeah, as you can see from the Tesla truck, you drive right in the back, charges it, yeah. 20-hour charge. Pretty good. Get in the truck and go. I sent it to your navcom. I feel like that guy is gonna die. Are you ready? I wouldn't mind having pictures of the Mario paintings, you know? Oh, looks like Grandma. Creepy music. Crank it.
Who is it?
Agent McPherson, FBI. I have a few questions I'd like to ask you, if you have the time.
I have time for the pretty agent.
May I come in?
Sure.
I feel like he started saying that as he opened the door.
Sorry I asked.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
Strange.
Did you know a Natalie Kenworth?
Yes, I did.
So I imagine you also know that she was murdered about a month ago.
Yes, and I already
Thanks,
talked to a
Prince.
police officer about her.
Yeah, I know, but I would appreciate if you could remind me. How did you know her? Friend? Just a classmate? Were you intimate?
I was her tutor. She was studying in criminology, and I was helping her with some of her classes. She came here often.
Do you know Cynthia Woods?
Cynthia Woods? No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? Maybe a photo would help.
Oh, yes, I have seen her before. She's my neighbor's friend. I saw her at a party. That picture was taken there.
So you're not close to Cynthia?
No, she's more my neighbor's friend. I think I saw her twice in all, at the party and once in the hallway. Why?
She was found brutally murdered in an abandoned apartment building.
You don't think that... Hey, I'm always in here working on my thesis. I never go out. I went to Mia's party because she invited me. I think she invited me so I wouldn't complain about the noise.
Mia's the other girl in the picture?
Yes, she's my neighbor.
Bye, Elena.
Your thesis, what's the subject?
I'm doing it on a serial murder case called the Perlovka Ripper. It happened in the late 20s.
Well, you don't say.
Are you familiar with the case?
You could say that, yes. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Sure, I'll even print you up a copy.
Yeah, I was trying to... Well, this is like his kind of dorm. He lives in a dorm room. Dorm building. Classic old building. Yeah, this kind of looks depressing. Except he's got this poster here. See, something like this you could really do a lot with. The Clockwork Nightmare.
A student in criminology, huh? Did you ever get
Hinting at
Professor
some
Pratt?
puzzle I'm going to have to do
No,
later
but
on.
I know him. I've had several conversations about weird unsolved cases.
Does he still have bad BO?
B.O.?
Body odor. In other words, he stinks.
Yes, he still does.
Okay, can I have the copy now?
Sure, I'll be right back.
Oh, God. Horrible. I guess they want you to think he looks like a murderer, maybe?
Now's my chance. I should swipe something to get prints.
What would he touch? Coffee mug.
He would notice that missing. I don't want to get nailed on entrapment.
Oh, she means swipe like steel.
It's not a sample of semen that I want, but fingerprints.
Hey! How about this garbage?
This will do nicely.
Here you are.
Thanks a lot. I'll be sure to read it.
I'd really appreciate your input if you ever have the time.
Will do. You're not planning on leaving the country.
No.
Fine. Thanks for your cooperation, and I'll keep in touch.
He's messy. He is dirty. What's with this lady? Why can't we talk to her?
Hello?
Hey, it's me.
What's up?
Nothing much. I was just calling to say I was on my way to visit Victim 5's roommate. Maybe she can tell us more about Vaclav and the other girl in the picture.
No need. I know who she is. She's Vaclav's neighbor. Actually, I just finished the interview.
How did it go?
He's harmless. Anyways, he doesn't fit the profile. But I did nick a little something with prints. I'm taking it over to Claire for comparisons.
Great idea, but we can't use it, though, if he checks out.
I know. Call me if you get anything interesting out of the roommate.
Will do. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Alright, think we missed anything here? Take a beer bottle. Whoa. Without remorse. Unsolved serial killings, an examination of 1931 Chicago serial killings that were listed in 1920 and Prolovka Ripper killings in Prague, Czech Republic, by Vaclav Kolar. Research paper submitted partial. 6th semester. Examine the case. The Ripper killings in Prague. Examining the circumstances, police files, coroner reports. Unusually sparse, considering the sensationalist nature. What little I gleaned from it, identified the murder. Gustav McPherson, private investigator and American expatriate, was present in Prague during the killings. He was also in Chicago at the time of the 1931 slayings. Made his way to Prague, where he abandoned his painting and resumed working as a PI following the loss of the Prague killings. Prostitute by the name of Ada. Wasn't that his lady? Yeah. So his lady's gonna die. McPherson fled once again, a step ahead of the local police who had a warrant for his arrest. There were no more killings in Prague following his departure. Ooh. McPherson resumed his career as a PI. Was not a suspect in these killings. Convincing case for McPherson as the Perlovka Ripper and the perpetrator of the Chicago murders. Well, there you go. Your grandfather was the Ripper, obviously. Alright. What is next? That's the way of the rainbow squirts. That's from what? Psychonauts? What a game. Guess we're going back to the office, eh? Right. Okay. Where are we now? Just want to make sure we didn't miss anything so we don't have to go back. Talk to Claire about the fingerprint. Can't get to the top by crying. Very true. Unless you are, I don't know, Julia Roberts and your job is to cry in movies. Then you definitely can. That's the whole point. Can't wait to make these cookies. Let you freeze your tears into cubes and climb them. Yeah. But will tears freeze with all that salt? basement. Does she sell tears? She sells all kind of bodily. She's like, I want to sell bodily fluids, but like nothing gross. Seawater freezes? Does it? I guess icebergs do.
Hi, Claire.
Hey,
Can you check this bottle out for prints and compare them to the partials you got on victims 4 and 5? I don't think we'll hit anything, but I'm curious.
curiosity killed the cat.
But a cat has 9 lives.
Let's stop the cliches before someone gets shot. Can you at least extract the prints for me? Once extracted, the computer can compare the partials.
Sure. Remind me where the stuff is?
The powder's upstairs on my desk near the plastifying machine, along with the brush and lifting tape. When you're done, just give me the print and I'll handle the rest down here.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Make ice cream using... I never did the experiment making ice cream from ice and salt, but I do remember studying it, how they used to make ice cream, and I was like, oh my god, what a long process. It takes days. Yeah, I remember the chiral tears. Photo mode day 1. Yeah, you're a big photo mode guy. Do you have a camera, Felix? Do you ever use photo mode in real life? Plastifying machine. Plastify.
A plastifier. This little machine can be very practical.
Found your taser.
This is gray powder, useful for finding latent prints.
Yeah. Oh, Felix. Gotta get one. Plastify Miller. Be fun.
I don't need more powder. That's not going to work. I need to see them before lifting them. I can't use that here. I don't need more powder. A plastifier. This little machine can be very practical.
Wah! There we go. Plastifier.
I can't use that here. I can't use that here.
I feel like I see them.
That won't work. I can't just use the brush. That won't work.
It's very active. Like a haunted shopping list. Ooh. Let's see here. Okay. Open a can of gray powder, take a brush, click on the powder, click on a roll of tape to see a floating tape. Now I go at floating tape.
I can't use that here. I can't use that here. A plastifier. This little machine can be very practical.
Motorize.
A plastifier. This little machine can be very practical.
Turn the bottle to look for a good print. Print, 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 print. There?
That won't work. I can't use that here. This will do nicely for prints.
Yes. Yes. I did it. Yes, very well. I did it. I made it happen. Just took a little bit of ingenuity. I think it's how it normally goes. Bye, Prince. Thanks for coming by, baby cakes. And the nice compliment on this wonderful shirt of mine. One of my favorite shirts to wear. My music show shirt. Yeah, that's right. Turbo! I remember having a Turbo NES controller, my friend saying, "That's cheating. You have Turbo." Go, whoa. For what, though? There's only one game we played where Turbo
I'm all
would
done
be
with the
useful.
prints.
And they made these horrible wrestling games where you had to hit the button
I'll
as
have
fast
the
as
results
possible.
soon. Where are you off to now?
Getting laid
Back to my dad's. I've got some reading to do.
at my
Well,
dad's.
okay. I'll call you if I get something.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Some reading to do? Yeah, reading how to make cookies. A lot of backtracking, eh? Bing. What's gonna be? There's gonna be some weird logic puzzle with the cookies. I just know it. They're not gonna do anything normal. I just need the cookies. Just some cookies. Come on. Give your daddy the cookies. Sir, you've been saying very weird things to your daughter. We've come to investigate. No, Papa just wants the sweet cookies. That's all. Sir, please stop saying that. She's your daughter. Just want to get her to crack the eggs and beat the powder. The powder. Yes, it's been a long time. It's turned to powder.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hi, Dad.
How about those
When do
fucking
you think
cookies?
you can do those cookies?
Oh, jeez. Sorry, Dad, I forgot. I have time now.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not a problem, Dad.
Oh, he's such a passive-aggressive jerk. Oh, gee, sorry, Dad. Women are getting murdered, and I'm the only one that can save them, solve this case. But yes, you're a busy guy. Guess I'll just starve. Ooh, will. Thanks, sweetheart. How long have these eggs been on the counter? And the milk. Gross. 1 cup of love. What is that? Generosity, commitment, sweetness, integrity. What the hell is that? How do you know what's what? Flour. Is flour love? Brown sugar? I think this game could use more common sense. What's the biggest portion? What the units are? This is dumb. Cream together generosity, sweetness, and love. Generosity, sweetness, and love. Well, we know what sweetness is. Okay, sweetness is obviously the sugar. So in a bowl, the sugar. Or molasses. Love. Okay. What's that? Brown sugar? Probably the brown sugar. Cup. 1 cup. Which one are you? Huh? Where? Do I have to figure out the conversion as well? $250 mils. I think that's 1 cup. Yay. Okay. Sweetness. And a cup of love and generosity. So love and generosity. Love is probably the milk because it comes from a mother's love or something. And then generosity is probably like flour. Half a cup of that, though. All right. Sift together commitment, sensuality, and romance. Oh, you know what? Generosity is probably butter. Probably not love. Commitment is flour or eggs, because it. Maybe the eggs. Maybe the eggs are the love and the milk is the generosity. But you wouldn't have 1 cup of eggs. Leo. Okay. Look at the units. Look at the units. 1 common sense is probably an egg. 2 cups of commitment. Sensuality and romance. Better. Oopsie. I don't know what happened there. She just threw it away. Teaspoon, tablespoon, half a cup, 1 cup, 2 cup, half a cup, 1 cup. Button at the top for what? For bacon toss out? Yeah. Love, generosity, commitment. I would think the commitment is the flour. Sweetness is the sugar. The romance and the sensuality is probably like the molasses. Teaspoon is maybe like vanilla, if there's vanilla. The egg is the common sense. The generosity is probably the butter, I would think. Egg. What else we got here? Flour. What's this? Cinnamon. Ginger. Really? Okay, so the cinnamon and the ginger are probably these ones. Tablespoon and teaspoon. Tablespoon romance is probably the ginger. How many things are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, common sense. Sweetness. Commitment. Generosity. Love. And then these 3. Integrity. Half a cup of integrity. What the fuck? This is so stupid. Okay. It says, look close at the ingredients on the Central Island, read the recipe book. Okay. I just don't understand why. Like, how? I guess you would just have to look up on your own. You thought it was a pretty good puzzle. I don't understand why you thought that. Like, is the puzzle to realize that what romance is for food? A tablespoon of this and a teaspoon of that. Like, I guess you just have to look up how to make gingerbread man. Go for it. Like cinnamon and ginger. Why is one a tablespoon, one's a teaspoon? I guess because, well, you'd put more cinnamon in there than ginger. Ginger would be like probably really small. I mean, maybe it helps, say, like cooking. Could be. This is baking, by the way. Yeah. I feel like they kind of got halfway through the metaphor and then they're like, then what? Like for somebody who doesn't know how to bake. Okay, but somebody who's never baked before. Like maybe a lot of people who play video games that don't bake. like flower being commitment, that makes sense. It like kind of binds together, even though the egg is actually more of the one that is binding it. Kind of thought that I mean, that makes sense because it's one. Okay. Well, all right. So it was cream together, the generosity, sweetness, and love. Generosity. It's also 2 cups, the biggest measurement of commitment. Yep. Well, when I bake, I don't use that much flour. 1 cup of love. All right, cream together, generosity, sweetness, and love. So half cup of generosity. Half a cup of generosity is going to be butter. And then 1 cup of love. So I guess love is milk. Excellent. And then sweetness. A cup of that. Okay. 1 full cup of sugar. Cream it. Okay. And then sift together the commitment, sensuality, and romance. Gotcha. Blend devotion to the sweetheart. Sift together. Where's our sifter? Okay, so how would you sift this stuff? I guess you... Oh, what's this one? Bake and throw away? You just dump it in. Oh, you just add it right there. Okay. All right. Pretty simple. The commitment. 2 cups of commitment. 1. 2. Sensuality. 1 teaspoon. Sensuality. So the teaspoon, you'd want less amounts of ginger. I guess that's a teaspoon and that's a tablespoon. They look slightly different. Okay. The ginger, a teaspoon of that. They're gingerbread cookies. Oh, so maybe more? Right. So I might have messed that up. The sensuality and the romance. So maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon is going to be an insane amount. That's probably what... Yeah, okay, so I guess it would be swapped. Huh. And blend it, and then common sense and integrity. That's the molasses. Beat with the rest. Okay. Put an egg in. How much molasses? Half a cup. Yeah, so I think I did it wrong because they are gingerbread cookies. So probably more ginger than cinnamon. Shell and all, baby. Chuck it all in. Give it form in the oven. Not quite right, is it?
No, this doesn't taste right.
Oh, good. Good. That's great. All right. Throw it away. Honey, you went through 25 eggs. Yes. Well, all right. Generosity. Half a cup of generosity. Half a cup of generosity. And 1 whole cup of sweetness. And love. 1 whole cup of love. Okay, sift together commitment. 2 cups of commitment. Yeah. That's good. Sensuality and romance. The teaspoon and the tablespoon. So I guess a teaspoon of cinnamon. A tablespoon of ginger. Because they're gingerbread cookies. Of course. No, more just like the idea of it was more of a... It feels kind of... I was excited to do the cooking, the baking, but it feels really random. Unless you really know about baking. But there's no real clue. Like, if you didn't know anything about baking, I guess you'd have to just, like, go look up how to bake, which is kind of interesting. You know, like, I guess it probably... You know what I should have done? Is instead of getting the answer from you guys or hints, I should have just Googled gingerbread. Like, I should have went like this. Gingerbread cookie recipe. And let's see what we would find. Let's do it. Gingerbread cookie recipe. Sally's baking addiction. Of course, they always have something like, I used to make cookies for my husband until he murdered me and now I'm dead. Okay, how to make gingerbread cookies. Let's take a look at the recipe. 2/3 cup butter. 1/3 cup sugar. 2/3 cup molasses. See, this is not really. Teaspoon of vanilla. 1 tablespoon of ground sugar. And also a tablespoon of cinnamon. Yes, 1 full tablespoon. So I would look at this recipe and I'd think, like that this is actually supposed to be less, you know? So this recipe, I mean, 1 egg, sure. That does have the molasses and the sugar. So this has more molasses than sugar. And that one has more sugar than molasses. So this recipe is not good for this game. How about just regular gingerbread cookies? Every single one of these recipe sites, they're all the same. Story, add. It's down at the bottom. 3 1/4 all-purpose flour. See, the same ingredients there. Tablespoon ground cinnamon. But I like that being a tablespoon and teaspoon, that makes sense because, like you said, they're gingerbread cookies. Okay. 3/4 cup butter. 1/2 cup sugar. 1/2 cup molasses. Well, we knew that the sugar was the molasses. I guess the only part that... Okay, so that's a lot of flour, so we would have learned that. And then... All right. Yeah. What about the milk? There's no milk in these. That would have been confusing. Classic cutout gingerbread cookie. No milk for the creaming. That's weird. It's really weird. Okay. Unsulfured. Ooh. Puzzles you that I like with the crane thing? What kind of puzzles do I like? I really like the puzzles in Untold Stories. Stories Untold. Those are fun. They were sort of like, you would kind of, they would give you all the information, but you would have to kind of find and cross-reference stuff. There was a lot of logic to them, and there's sort of like a pathway to get to it. I can't remember what's the last thing we put in there. We might have to just redo it. Shit. All right, throw it out. Okay. 1/2 cup. I put in the spices? Okay. 1/2 cup butter. 1/2 cup butter, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup milk. 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup butter. 1 cup sugar. 1 cup milk. Solving a murder. flour and the 2 spices. 2 cups of flour and the spices. 2 cups of flour. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Put that down. Go away. Teaspoon and a tablespoon. God, they look so similar. Cinnamon. A little bit of cinnamon. And a whole lot of ginger. Whoosh. It's a pretty badass looking mixer. The intelligence, a mix of common sense and integrity. The intelligence? Oh, that's what this is. A mix of common sense and integrity. An egg and half a cup of molasses. Oh. Right, the egg, put the egg in. Like Jorge says, shell and all. Half a cup molasses. Yeah. Okay. Hentai molasses. Bake it, baby.
This tastes right. Dad, the cookies are in the oven.
No response. Dad, he said the cookies are in the oven. Don't make me put you in a home.
Don't forget the cookies, Dad.
Oh, I won't, sweetheart.
Sweetheart. They don't just have some numbers for the tools? Well, for like the cooking stuff, like the teaspoon and the tablespoon. Okay. I made cookies. Yeah. I think we need to go back in there. Pat's house. It's so weird. Kind of a real sensual way you see. It's like very voyeuristic and sensual. Seeing her from afar in the window. Bending over like that. Taking off her shoes. Okay. It's a pretty confusing game. I gotta walk. Oh, there we go. Cutscene, baby. Just me and the bear. We've been through a lot, you know.
The poor kid was badly scarred. The killer stabbed her 7 times before she finally escaped to the streets. Otakar's boy Roman found her and brought her here. She's only 16, for God's sake. I promised her that I'd help her in any way I could if she would help me find the killer. So she opened up and told me her story. Can I keep this?
Yes.
I'm Gustav McPherson. I'm a private eye hired to help find and arrest the person who attacked you.
I'm Vladana Tominova. I haven't said that in a long time. I'm usually just Vladana.
Do you feel up to a few questions? I can always come back later.
Yeah, it wasn't any trouble getting
that's
here.
Okay. You can ask me questions if you wish, but I'm afraid I won't be much help.
Besides the sketch you gave me, can you describe your attacker with a little more detail?
The top hat was black, and so was his cloak. The mask was silver white. It had motifs on it, but nothing I can describe accurately.
When were you attacked?
About 2 months ago.
Where did it happen?
It happened near the park. I was coming back from Mark's studio, and...
Take your time.
It was very foggy that evening. I heard someone walking in front of me. I could hear his footsteps getting closer and closer. I stopped when I suddenly saw a silhouette appear behind the fog. A man in a top hat wearing a dark cloak was standing in front of me. I froze. I couldn't move. I was absolutely terrified.
What happened next?
He approached slowly. I noticed that he was wearing a mask when he walked out of the fog. He looked like death itself. I hadn't noticed how close he had come to me. He took a swift swing at me. As he did, I let out a scream. At first I thought he had missed me, but then I noticed the metallic taste in my mouth. I put my hand to my face and looked at it. It was full of blood. Then I felt a cold sensation in my chest, followed by a sharp pain. Then another. Then another. I screamed what seemed to be my last breath. I fainted after that. I woke up in here. He'd stabbed me over and over. It's a miracle I'm still alive.
How did you end up here in this joint?
Roman found me. He was the one who scared off the killer. He heard me screaming, so he ran in the direction of the commotion. I don't know much about that. You should ask him.
You mentioned earlier that you left Mark's place the night you were attacked. Who's Mark?
Mark is a local artist. Most of the girls know him. I think he's painted all of us at least once.
Oh, that old story.
Was Mark acting strange that night, or was it business as usual?
Everything was fine until Inspector Skalnic showed up.
Inspector Skalnic talked to Mark. What did they talk about?
I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying, but they were arguing about something. When Skalnic left, Mark told me to get dressed and leave. He told me he wasn't feeling well enough to continue.
Was he angry?
He was, but he made a good effort not to show it. So I left quietly without saying a word besides good night.
In general, Mark was always nice.
Yes, always cordial, very polite and well-behaved. He would give us double what we charge a client for the time we spent posing. It was a lot better work, let me tell you. I only posed for him once, and I wish I could do it again.
Where can I find Mark?
His studio is in front of the canal near the old wall.
Well, thanks for answering my pesky questions.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself, Ledena.
And you be careful, too.
Thanks, I will.
And I'll pose for Mark. So what was the answer to that Jeopardy one? Oh, baby, I love your way. Nice. We can exit another area. Audio. That's cool. No dog anymore to worry about? They moved all the stuff? Julius Caesar. Sometimes the mouths don't move, and sometimes they just go.
Hi, Peter.
Hi! Seems you got away from raw meat.
Do you scare your new friends like that all the time?
I'm sorry for what happened. The chain doesn't usually break. It was funny to see your face, though. I always do the same gag to the new guys.
What do you do for Otakar besides roughing people up?
I hurt people that Otakar doesn't like I did to you.
Yes, well, that's what I meant. Besides hurting people, what do you do for them?
No besides, I just hurt them. You're not very quick. But you make me laugh.
Okay, I guess that's my cue, Peter. I'll leave you to your hurting people. But I think you should cut down on the raw meat gag. I need a new pair of shorts.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to fix the chain.
Whoa. This guy probably did like 5 voices in the game. I can do a voice like this. I'm gonna... But then he's like, but really, I'll need some extra motivation. What is my character doing? Laughing incessantly. I will need a bowl of raw meat to really feel the character, what he's going through. Raw meat! He sounds like a villain in like Donkey Kong Country or something. Who parks a car there? Oh, Mark's place. You know, at first I thought, oh, Mark paid getting these girls to pose for him, but he pays them. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, là-bas, Kolar.
Hello? Hello?
Yes?
Sorry about this.
Oh, man.
I knocked and the door opened.
Looks
So
like
came in.
Leonard.
That's quite all right. And you are...
I'm Gus McPherson. I'm a private detective hired to help out with the local
Look at his little boat shoes.
Really? A genuine private dick, and I can tell by your accent you're American, too. This adds so much to the authenticity of the stereotype. The name is Mark Ackerman. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Are you British?
No, I'm a Yank, just like you are. The accent is due to living in England throughout most of my childhood. You see, Daddy is an ambassador. I sort of picked it up along the way. I hardly notice it anymore.
Marc? Qui est-ce?
Stay in your position, Napolina, please.
He is just French.
Do you have time for a few questions?
For just a few, yes, of course. It's sort of exciting, this private detective stuff.
This was a while back, but do you remember when Inspector Skalnic came here to talk to you? Actually, according to rumor, you had an argument with him.
Is that correct?
Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And do you mind telling me what it was about?
Not at
About?
all.
Who's it
You
about,
accused me
eh?
of being, as you put it so eloquently earlier, the local problem.
He accused you of being the killer.
Yes, can you believe the gall? I mean, really, me, a killer? It's totally preposterous.
Did he elaborate on his theory?
Not really. He only confronted me. He didn't present any proof or real evidence to support his allegations. I'm afraid you'll have to ask him about his little hypothesis.
I'm sorry, but I have to ask this. Did you ever employ these women other than for modeling?
I was always professional, Mr. McPherson. I never touched those women.
Again, I apologize, but I have to ask these types of questions.
It's quite all right, I understand.
Marc, j'en ai marre!
Well, I believe that's my cue.
Yes, indeed. I must get back to work before... well, before.
Yes, I know. Thanks for answering my questions. Can I come back later, maybe when you're less busy?
Certainly. As I mentioned before, your best bet is to talk to Inspector Skalnic.
Well, again, my thanks.
You're quite welcome. And good luck.
All right. Hey. Dum bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. All right, talk to Inspector Skalnic. Yes. I would say this game's nothing really special. It's kind of interesting. Does its own thing, you know. That's always interesting to see, like how they made games then, and especially like a unique game, adventure game. I don't really play too many adventure games to compare to, other than like quite old ones.
Hey, friend.
Police Quest,
Mr.
one of my favorites.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to talk to your boss. Is he in now?
As a matter of fact, he is. Are you gonna pester him with annoying questions?
How'd you know?
A wild guess. Go right in, my friend. It's up the stairs at the end of the hall to your
It's a
right.
pretty hard thing to do.
Thanks.
To like come up with a game where, look, in my mind, what's going to make a good detective game is trying to have clues about the case, and through the conversation where you actually have to listen and piece things together, right? But then having that in a way where the player knows where to go, what to do, that kind of thing. Keeping
This
the
chair
momentum of
design will never catch on.
Whoa. Those are new chairs back then, eh? Plush.
Seems that everyone has one of these.
What is it? Detective Skalnic. Skalnic. Yeah.
Inspector Skalnic?
If it isn't the knight in shining armor.
You son of a...
What do you want, McPherson? I was on my way out.
I'd like to ask you about Mark, the local artist.
What about him?
Well, I thought I remember you saying that you had no suspects related to these crimes. And this charming gentleman says otherwise.
What did he say exactly?
He said that you accused him of the crimes. May I ask why?
Yes, I considered him a suspect.
Whoa, that's got big and creepy.
It doesn't
Big and
matter what
black.
I think.
That's all the time I have for you.
Fine. Can you at least lend me the files on the other victims?
No, McPherson.
Why not? I just want to consult them. Hey, I thought we were working to...
No, we are not. I work for the mayor, not the whores.
Well, now, it seems we work for the same kind of people, except my clients have character and honesty.
This concludes our conversation. I have business elsewhere.
Yeah, that's true. Is like, do you have a retry system, or do you force it along? You know, I think it's a really difficult thing to do properly. This one, it feels like you just sort of like the puzzles have been, to me, very like obtuse and kind of not really related to solving sort of the crime or anything, other than we gathered a bit of evidence and stuff. That was kind of fun. But it seemed more like the puzzles feel separate from it, you know, so far. We've been playing for like, what, 5-6 hours? Take the key. Oh, what are we going to do? Okay. I think we need to back out of here. I remember that was the promise they had with the Blade Runner game, was that there were going to be multiple things going on and it was going to be in real time and you had to solve it in
Hey, Kaz.
time where
I
there was
need
other
another
Blade
favor.
Runners working on the
What
cases
can
and
I do?
stuff.
I need to get some files from Skalnic's office. Can you let me in?
I'm afraid I can't do that, my friend. That could mean my job.
Ah, come on. For old time's sake.
No, really, I can't help you. But maybe the workers on the side of the building can help you?
All right. Thanks for the tip.
Have a nice evening.
Or I think when you have things that are voiced too, it's tougher. You know, things are like, if it was a more of a dialogue adventure, you could account for a lot of different possibilities and multiple ways of you to go through, for you to like fail conversations in a way that keeps progressing it, right? Yeah. Oh, that's what I had really liked about what was the game? Stories untold. It was a lot of kind of cross-referencing stuff, which was super fun. Yeah. Which makes sense. You got this rope.
I have to manage a way up.
Okay. Adventure games share a lot with visual novels. Yeah, they tend to sort of come from that same area where it's like mostly text and then they add a bit of the visual stuff. And more of a focus on the story and less on sort of like any kind of graphical gameplay or anything like that. Okay. Oh. I got some wood. Yep. I guess it depends on like what's the punishment. Is it just an alternate story? Is it an alternate consequence? Or are you just like locked out of something and I mean if they can do it in a way where they're both acceptable outcomes, you know. Yeah. Sarah was really, really tough. I really want to read that note. Oh, let's look at this. Oh. He had the big hat on. Haven't used a lockpick yet. Another ring. Another picture. More pictures. Well. Go back to the scene of the crime. Everything went well.
Thanks. I got what I needed to continue.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, not right now anyway.
Okay. Alright, crime scene by the bridge. Probably so we can go to the crime scene and do a little like photo investigation kind of thing. Find 2 of these rings. Death is due to the throat being cut, trachea corroded, artery severed by a single deep slash, very sharp knife, lack of defensive wounds, taken from behind, throat cut, stabbed repeatedly, eviscerated. Yes. Known prostitute, unlawful death. Recent fillings in the teeth, typical of the Italian dentistry. Gotcha. Walking home, having spent the night in the office, crossed through Victov Park in the early hours of the morning, discovered the body of a young woman nearly decapitated and gutted, lying at the foot of the statue. Clearly beyond my help. Okay. I think if I'm gonna be playing PS5 in the first bit, I'll probably just get it at launch. If there's gonna be any new games on it. Because it's not going to drop in price for quite a while, so if I'm going to be playing it, I might as well just get a PS5, you know? Keep my PC, my Switch, and then I'll be all caught up. I didn't buy a PS4 until I found one for, until I got one for $300. That was 2014, though. That was like a year after. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Demon Souls Remaster. Not super interested in. I hope it's good for people. Not really looking forward to jumping into that. Those other games I'm really interested in, but I don't think they're coming out this fall.
Yes, I'm fine. Didn't we talk about you staying at home safely, behind a bolted door?
Yes, we did, but we also talked about me going to see the doctor.
Ah, yes, I remember that. So what did the doc say? Did he find the problem?
Well, yes, he did.
So what's wrong?
Can I ask you a very serious question?
Okay, now I'm worried. What is it?
How serious are we?
How serious? Well, why do you ask?
Just answer the question.
I'm sorry, Ida, but where is this going?
Do you love me?
Yes, of course I love you. Actually, love is too small a word. I lure you, I lure you, I lobe you.
What?
I'm pregnant.
Really?
Ooh.
Yes, really. That's why I've been sick for the last couple of weeks.
I see.
What do you want to do?
Well, there's only one thing we can do.
Which is?
Let's get married.
Really?
Let's do it in New York. I have some friends and family that can help us get started.
Oh, Gus, you're wonderful.
I just want so many cookies, guys. So many cookies. Whoa.
I don't see anything unusual.
How much was the PS4 at launch? Somebody was leaking that they think the PlayStation 5 will be $500. So they'll either do an 825 SSD gigabyte, 825 gig SSD for $400, and then a 1.5 terabyte. That's pretty small at $500. Or you'll get the 825 gigabyte at $400. I feel like $399 is probably what they'll go at, and then have one with a bigger. For another $100, you get not even twice the storage. 400. 400 seems the way to go. Yeah, 400 launch. And then they'll probably have the other one. That's not. Games are big, man. They are real big. Especially if they want to be messing around with 4K textures and stuff. Oh, why is his heart beating like crazy? Pictures. Alright, look at this bench and this thing. Anything different there? There's this kind of mark over here, maybe. Tree? Any signs of struggle in the tree? I don't know about that second bench. No. Third bench. A lot of benches. Yeah, how about right here?
I don't see anything unusual.
I'd be pretty pumped if they give you any kind of, if they give you those headphones too. That'd be fantastic. But I doubt that. Seems like all extra stuff. If you include PSN, PS5, not that much different from a good PC. You mean like this? Oh, the cost from a good PC? How much is a good PC? Like 800? 7 or 800? Tree.
I don't see anything unusual.
Okay. Alright. So let's have a look. Boppity boppity. Since PS4 lasts 7 years at $60 per year. Oh, I see. Yeah, the paying for the online, I guess, is it's a big deal. I mean, you get a few free games, but they're not up to you. You know what games you get. I haven't had PSN for maybe I do have it. I haven't bothered to use it at all. I barely play online with it. These benches. Are these benches different? Oh yeah, look, they're way different. The benches. They have like perforated holes in them. These are wooden benches.
Looks like the benches have been changed. Now where are the old ones?
That's cool. See, now that's this part of the investigation is pretty neat. Is that it? Are we done with that? Where the benches are? Are they in the water? Okay. I guess so. Well, I guess where would benches go? Where would the benches be? In a park? A neighborhood? A police station? Mark's Place? Lingerie? Old Chapel Bridge? Junkyard? Junky old benches. Yeah, and like buying the second or third best sort of graphics card, you're getting power that's probably pretty comparable to, or even still a bit more powerful than a console, right? Because whatever graphics are going to be in a console are not going to be up to snuff with, like,
hey, Peter,
the highest powerful graphics card.
I like your name. It reminds me of my father.
Oh, your father's name was Gustav?
No, Michael.
I can see why you would think that. Anyways, I need to ask you a question. Did you guys ever receive some old public benches?
Yeah, we did. They're right over here.
Whoa. Cool animation.
There you Kolar?
Thank you, my very large friend.
You make me laugh.
And it's a good thing I do. I'd hate to be on your bad side. Actually, I know what that's like.
Yeah, it's always a timing thing with that. It's like what Lena was talking about with all these. He was obsessed with emulation. It's like for the amount of people that are actually going to want to play these older games, for them to worry about any kind of emulation is just not in their mindset. They're trying to make something that's like going to run everything together in a tiny box that can possibly try to keep up with computers for 7 years. Another ring on the benches.
Why did you want to see the benches?
I was just looking for something.
Oh, okay, Michael. See you later.
My name is... never mind.
Having this guy think you're somebody else is probably good. Although, then he might beat you up. Alright, I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow. I guess we'll keep plugging our way through this. I wonder how far we are in this one. This game. It's not like a 12-hour game or something. I don't think we're too far off. I know you. I mean, generally, whenever we talk about this stuff, I say that I have random problems with PC stuff, and you always tell me that you've never had a problem with PC stuff ever. And I think generally, people don't have a problem with PC stuff, but they're always even on a small level, there will be some more issues. Although, I mean, I've had console games crash now, but it's pretty easy to pop into it, right? 8 more hours, you think? What is how long to beat say for this game? How long to beat? Still life. Yeah, which is different, right? For that backwards compatibility. 8 hours total? Ah, we're like probably 2/3 of the way done now. Cool. So this is after Siberia came out. Interesting. Yeah. I guess there's like the DRM stuff, right? Yeah, that's why you have GOG to try to run these older games, and you have the backwards compatibility, which is always really nice in a PC. I mean, I paid for this computer. I bought this back in like 2014. I bought this after I bought my PS4 for not very much money, like $200 or $300 or something, and it had a decent graphics card in it. And I've been able to run, like almost any PC game. And it's not going to have mind-blowing graphics, but it'll probably have the equivalent graphics of a PS4, maybe? Hard to say. What if we can do a test? Sure we can do a test. Do I have any new games? No. Is the main thing. Save the game. Save the girl. Steam. Yeah, what's my library here? What do I actually have that's... I don't really have anything new other than maybe Total Warhammer. Somewhat new. Installing. I don't have a very fast connection on this. It's going to take a while. Even if it's just something small, like some sort of like media check or something. Not going to work very well. Yeah. Could be an issue. But yeah, I don't really have any new games on here. But what's it called? DX Diag. That's it. Run the command. Oh, look at that. It's almost there. So this thing had like 8 gigs of RAM. I could get probably 16 gigs for pretty cheap. Has an i5 4460. And the graphics card is like a 9 something. GTX 960. See, I paid like probably less than $500 for this thing. Like 300 or 400 in 2014. And I've been playing... Like, I ran Tomb Raider on Rise of the Tomb Raider. I ran, like, PS4 quality games on it. Seems fine. And then, at this point, I guess I would need to upgrade the whole thing. My streaming computer has a way better CPU. But no graphics card in it. Yeah, and the thing was with this is that when I bought it in 2014, I bought it used off a guy who bought it probably 2 or 3 years before that and wanted it to be really powerful. And then he was upgrading to a really powerful computer and wanted to move it on. And it ran great. I think the thing with computers and like always trying to look at this mod manager and all this stuff. Whoa. It has its own little thing that it has to run in the game. So you can try to buy all their other stuff. That's weird. Go AMD? Yeah, well, for streaming, AMD's been the big choice in the last couple of years with the Ryzen stuff. Yeah, I don't think my... because the problem with this computer is the one that I'm doing the gaming on. It started struggling with streaming. So I just thought I'll upgrade. If I'm going to be streaming all the time, might as well get a computer that can do it. It's like USB ports started dying. And the USB 3 and stuff. I just want to see if this runs. But like kind of all the things of seeing if oh, here we go. Something's happening. Cool. Like always trying to optimize to see if it's running at its highest, I think would annoy me. Sometimes I just like the simplicity of a console and I know that it's always gonna work. Free content. For more information, click here. More packs, more packs, more packs. Wow, this became like a very like DLC heavy game. Quality medium. They could turn off those mitigations since you're never running the untrusted software. Yeah. Those kind of runs. New campaign. Eye of the Vortex. That's the name of Stella's art studio. Expanded with Vampire Coast. So if you want to be the vampires, the undead vampires, they'd be fun. How about the undead Tomb Kings? They'd be fun. Hunter and the Beast, I don't know what that is. Free content? Whoa. Whoa. The Skaven, the Dark Elves, the Lizardmen, and the High Elves.
We must preserve this world.
Select your Lord, High Elves. Lizardmen? Oh, the Skaven would be the best. They're hilarious.
Clan most triumphant, yes.
Cool.
Deep under the world, they chitter and plan. Watching, waiting. It is a nightmare vision. The Skaven, a ravenous horde of verminous rat men. They gnaw at the roots of the world.
Blah, 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 blah. They are doing things, and things are happening. I kind of want... I like when you play first in a game, and then... Only then. Give me some story, you know? Sorry, could you send that link again? I didn't have my chat open. Dum 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 ba da dum bum ba bum bum bum. Felix. Like Breath of the Wild. You wake up, you learn how to play. In 30 seconds, you see the big vista. And then you just explore. Get some story later. Oh, I have seen it. Shump dum dum digga digga. Oh, I see. Yeah, this one. It's breezy though. That's cool. You know, it's multi-purpose. Garner as much precious warpstone as possible. Repel a nascent invasion of hated elf things. Hey, nice one. And it can go on its side too. We saw. It's interesting. Console size comparison. Whoa, that's huge. Is it really that big? No. Really? Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X looks two-dimensional. It's funny, everybody hates it right now on the social media and are just like roasting it, but I don't think I think people are really going to love it once it comes out. But that is huge. That's like the size of a PC. That's why it's going to be really powerful. But in this IGN picture, the PlayStation 4 looks like the same size as the Xbox One X, and the Xbox One is bigger than a PS4. For sure. Is the Xbox Series X going to be just like a trash can? 8 Zen 2 cores, 3.5 or 3.8 gigahertz, 10 teraflop or 12 teraflop, 36 CUs, 52 CUs.
Such a magnificent specimen. I am unworthy to be in your presence, yet I risk my neck and approach you, warlord.
That works, Felix.
For I have
That's pretty smart.
Secrets that will bring you success and even greater status. Your arrival at Urtek comes not a moment too soon, great and powerful quick. High elves from across the seas have launched a full-scale invasion of the Southlands and are pressing fast towards your lair. To the south, the elf things have overrun several ruined settlements and established defensive positions in each. Whatever they are seeking remains a mystery. Though your rapid return brings some welcome additional forces, the situation remains grim. See for yourself.
These games take a long time to get into.
Army emerges into the theater of war, Lord Quick. Each rat you command yearns for the taste of elven blood. It will come soon.
Certainly not.
The ruined lizard men city of
All right, anyways, I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow. I just wanted to see if it ran. And it does. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, is Sony and them, are they making money on the consoles? Is it better for them in the end to like just switch over to games? Well, why would Microsoft do that? They have a few exclusives. Doesn't seem like they're making a crap ton of money on them, though. Interesting. All right. I'm out of here. I'll be back with music in 2.5 hours. And we'll be blasting through some still life tomorrow. So bye. Thanks for hanging.